Hi everyone, I'm back to share another fabric hardcover journal with you. This one measures 8 by 5 and it has a 1 3/4 inch spine. This one I've done with some really thick book boards and it came out very chunky, and it's been reinforced with fabric on the inside, so it is really sturdy and strong. And I've used this gorgeous fabric which I've covered it in, which is in a lovely sort of deep dusky pinks, and it has 4 metal corners to protect it. Then on the cover I've done a piece of muslin, and then I've backed this lovely image onto a piece of paper, tea-dyed paper, which I've then stitched around. And some of the images are from a digital library, and this is from a very old children's storybook, and there's a few images on the inside that are from children's storybooks. And this beautiful doily, which I've wrapped around the side here, is from Turi, which she sent me in some happy mail, and I've been hoarding it for some time. But I thought, well, I'm just gonna get it out and use it. So thanks very much, Turi. And I think that's about it on the outside of. There's a few little threads hanging, which you can of course cut off if you don't like them. And this will be listed in my Etsy shop. So we have a look on the inside. So as you can see, I've put some fabric down the middle as well, which really helps to strengthen the binding. And then I've glued some paper onto the front and back cover. I've also used a few images and a kit from Amy Joy, and she is Hopper Chic Creative, as I think is the way you say it. And she's on Etsy, so I'll link her below. And this is her tea and coffee kit, which also has some nice Alice in Wonderland images inside. So I've put one of the pockets, one of the images here, one of this little journaling card. And this is an alteration tag, which is from J9 Scraps. So thank you, Janine. And here I've used a ticket which I've sewn and then glued that onto the page. This is another image from a storybook, children's storybook, which has been backed onto the tea-dyed paper and sewn. Everything inside has been tea-dyed. So here I've just made a little corner pocket, and a lot of the other images are all mostly from the Graphics Fairy, I think. It's a doily, and I got some quite good transfer on with the tea dyeing this time, if you can see at the top there. This paper I actually put it onto a pizza pan, and I don't know whether it's the reaction with the metal and the paper, but that seems to have does seem to have some sort of reaction with it, and it makes the paper a lot browner on the edges. I've also just torn some little pieces that I've inked and glued in, that I've collaged onto the pages. It's a nice flip out. This is from a vintage sewing book. I've also printed some of the kit out onto some tracing paper, so you can of course write on that with a gel pen. So that has the lines. I have a nice little pocket here that's another card from the kit. And I've also put a few postage stamps throughout the book, which I've just paper clipped in, so you can actually remove them and add them to another journal if you want. And this is also some of the paper that my baked paper that's not tea dyed, and it has been sprayed with Tattered Angels. So it's a bit of a shimmer there. I don't know if you can see that. I have a little pocket glassine bag pocket with another image. Some music sheet paper. That's also been done with a pizza pan. And in each of the signatures, there's 3 signatures. I just made some little envelope type pockets. This one is just a little pocket that I've sewn around the edges. And that's another card from the kit. And I did some collaging here, and this is another stamp, and the papers that I've used here are from Persuasion, the Jane Austen's book. So as usual, there's plenty of space for journaling and for you to add your own things. Made an envelope here. It's just a little tiny tag with a definition of love. And these tags, there's a few of them in here. They've all been made from art paper. Another pocket that's been sewn, and that's from Nick the Booksmith. Some other little pockets here, which they were just some scraps that I had, which I've just used my decorative scissors and made a little pocket and sewn around that. And then this is some thick sort of cream card. I've done a little stamp on there. And then this is a second signature, and here I used some notebook paper which I've just torn around the edges and sewn around, and then glued that down for some extra journaling if you wanted to jot something down at the beginning of this signature. And there's some really good transfer on that paper again. Another flip out. This is another tracing paper page from the kit. Another little sewn pocket with a postage stamp and the definition believe. Another little corner pocket, and that's from the kit. And there's some of that sprayed paper again. This one is actually tea dyed, this paper. Another little envelope that I made and I've stitched around. There's nothing in that one. Another collage. Some more of the sprayed paper. And that's a little tuck spot. Another little pocket, and it's just a little booklet. It's just a couple of pages in it. And this is the third signature. I think this has about 120 pages front and back. Made another one of these little sewn pockets, and that's a tag from the kit. Notebook paper. That's some French book paper. And then here I made a bookmark, which can be used anywhere in the book. This is another image from, I think these are from the Kate Greenaway books, children's books. another little envelope pocket which has been sewn, and this paper came out quite grungy. A bit more of this transfer there, and this is another tag with the definition of together, and that's some art paper. Here I made a nice little booklet which I've sewn to the page. I've stamped message there, and the first sheet of this is tea-dyed parchment paper, which I've now run out of that, and I can't seem to get my hands on any more of that, which is a shame because this really does tea dye really nice and it's very crinkly. So yeah, you've just got a few pages there for some extra journaling. That's another tracing paper page that I've printed. And this postage stamp I did actually glue down. And that's the back. And as with all my journals, they do come with some extra little goodies. Just some of the things are pieces that I ended up not using in the journal. So there's a couple more of those pockets. But I won't show you everything because it'll be a nice little surprise for whoever buys the book. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.